Hello, guys. Thank you for tuning into my channel today. Let's make money. My name is Paul. Definitely glad that you're here. We're going to be sharing a lot of information with you today. So get a pen and paper out and let's get going. So I want to talk to you today about 5 things you should know before starting your Turo business. Five things you should know before starting your Turo business. Before we even get into those 5 things, number one is definitely always research. Okay, this is unofficial number one, but it's definitely always research. Make sure you're doing the research. Make sure you're looking at YouTube videos. There's so many YouTube videos out here with Turo information that you can look into and study and research to find out if this is a good fit for you. Every business is not for everybody, but I do believe that Turo is one of those businesses that can benefit you and help you to make some cash. I really like it. So, with that being said, let's jump into number one. Number one, your car is your business. Your car is your business. You must understand that. These cars that you purchase for Turo are not cars that you're going to be leisure driving in, that you're going to have really any attachment to. Most of my cars I don't even drive outside of using them to get to Turo renters. Okay, I have no attachments to my cars whatsoever. If anything happened to my car, then it's just one of those things that comes along with the business. Some people I've seen that get on into this situation and they have so much attachment to these cars that these cars come back. Sometimes they come back, smelling like smoke. Sometimes they're gonna come back with stains in your seat. Different things happen with these cars. And one thing you do not want to do, you don't want to be so attached to these cars that every little thing that goes wrong with them, you're just getting all bent out of shape, because you must remember, this is your business. You're doing this to make money. These are your investments, basically. So always remember that. That's number one. Make sure you have really no attachment to your cars, and really always remember that this is just a business. These is what you use to make money. All right. And number two, I want to tell you, when you start doing this Turo business, one of the things you're gonna have to do before you leave your car with the renter is you must take pictures. Number two, take a lot of pictures when you're doing when you're dropping your car off. The thing of it is that Turo is gonna prompt you in the app to do I think about 4 to 5 different types of pictures. After those 4 to 5, you definitely want to go back through, start taking more pictures. You want to take I take it anywhere from 30 to 40 pictures. I'm taking pictures of side mirrors. I'm taking pictures of the windshields. I'm taking pictures of the inside interior. I'm taking pictures of the trunk. I'm taking pictures of my engine. I'm taking pictures of my tires. I'm taking pictures of my key fob, my door handles, and things like that. You want to take a picture of every thing on that car that you think matters, because if anything happens to that car and you're trying to get a claim from Turo, you want to make sure that you've already documented through photos that these things were in good condition before you actually drop the car off with your renter. So make sure you're taking a lot of pictures, as many as you want. I do anywhere from 30 to 40, but as many as you feel like you need to do, make sure you're taking a lot of pictures. So that's number two. Number three, when you go into the app, you definitely want to make sure that you're setting yourself up in the Turo app to have two different types of deliveries. You want to do airport deliveries, and you want to do pickup and drop offs. Okay. Here's the thing. Let's touch on airport deliveries first. Airport deliveries, especially I live in the DFW area, and I have access to Dallas Fort Worth Airport. I have people traveling out here all the time. Always want to make sure that in the app I'm able to drop off and pick up cars at the airport. Now, when you go into the app, you'll be able to see that there's a way that you can actually charge for this pickup and drop off. Now, I use that charge for me to be able to get back and forth home, because I can't always find a ride, somebody to drop me off and pick me up, from the airport when I need it. So in that case, I just use the money that I put into the app for drop off and pick up at the airport for my Uber ride. Okay, I just use that. I just take that money. I don't look at it as profit. Sometimes it will be, sometimes it won't. But I use it in order for me to add into me getting back and forth home from my Uber or my Lyft ride. Okay, so make sure you're enabling airport pickup and drop off. A lot of times when people drop off at the airport for me, what they usually do, even if I can't get there when they're actually dropping off, I'll just have them leave it in the garage. Take a picture of where the car is so I know how to get to it, leave the key somewhere that I tell them to leave, and I just go back and pick up the car later. So make sure you have airport pickup and drop off with your rentals, and also pickup and deliveries. Okay. Now, what I did is I went into the app and I set up, I can deliver a car, bring a car to a renter, to the person I'm hosting, up to 15 miles. Now, when you go into the app, you're going to see there's many different miles they'll give you to be able to take a car to. I do miles up to 15 miles. So a person can call me, because you got to realize a lot of times people don't have the transportation to get to you. So you don't want to lose that money. So what I do is I set it up to 15 miles away. Anywhere in the 15 miles radius from where I am, I can bring the car to them, drop it off, have them use the car, and I'll get back and pick the car up. Because one thing about me, I'm not going to lose money, and I know you probably feel the same way. So make sure you set these up in the app. Number four, let's talk about earnings. Now, Turo pays once weekly. Once weekly, you get paid through Turo, and you only get paid for a trip once the trip is done, and you'll get that money once per week. A lot of people may think, well, you get paid once or twice. No, it's usually once a week from Turo, and you only get paid once the trip is done. Now, when you go into the app, what you're going to do is you're going to see how much earnings you have. You're going to see how much money you've earned, but you won't receive that money until the trip is done, and you'll get that money once a week. Okay, so that's number four. Number five, a lot of questions, people ask me this question all the time. Should I buy a car cash, or should I finance a car? Now, that's a great question. I say you can do either or. Depends on your situation and what you have going on. If you have the money laying aside, you could buy a good car. Your car has to be 130,000 miles or less. Has to be a year 2012 or 2013 or greater. If you have the money laying around, you could buy you a nice car, a dependable car, a car that you could put on the app. Do that. Pay cash for it. Great. If you can't do that, it's all right to finance the car, especially if you got pretty decent credit and you won't get really, really high interest rates, and you can get a low payment on the car. Then I say go out and finance the car, because at the end of the day, it's only going to benefit your credit anyway. If you finance it, you're using the car for rental purposes. The money you're making on Turo is actually going to pay for the car. So it's benefiting your credit. So it's really an investment at that point. It's no longer a liability. Now it's an investment, so you can do either or. The only thing about paying cash for a car, you want to make sure you really, really check that car out, make sure it's good to go, because you don't want your renters to be stranded, and they're going to be driving these cars distances sometimes. Usually I set my cars at 350 miles a day. You can set the mileage on your car for whatever you want. I do mine for about 350. I have a total of 3 cars on Turo. And all of my cars are doing well. So, and if you don't want to get a car and it breaks down, and you got to worry about how you're going to get to it and all this kind of stuff, so you want to make sure you have a really, really good car. So those are the 5 things I wanted to talk to you about today. Please comment below if there's some things you feel like I missed, more things you want me to expound upon. I'm more than willing to do that. Please make sure you follow my channel, subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to the channel, like, and share, because what'll happen is once you do that, it'll give me an opportunity to reach more people and get this content out to more people, and we can all just start making money. Like, share, subscribe if you can, and just stay tuned with me. Stay tuned. Comment below anything any questions or comments you may have. I'll be looking at those comments and make sure that I can help you with any questions you may have in further videos. So you guys take care. Thank you for watching. This is your boy Paul. We'll be back with you another time. Y'all take care. Peace.